Hello, welcome to the queue. It is A&A Blitzkrieg 40 Battle for France. It is the Allied turn 6, German turn 7, and the breakthrough is beginning. Um, the Allies had one combat. They had a card here for a free Allied bomber. So they have 4 planes. There are 4 planes on intercept missions, so they could wipe out anything they got. But that free bomber allowed one to get through, so we counterattacked and we took out 2 infantry from the Germans. So we'll put that up there in that pile. And then everything else was just repositioning because now it's about slowing down the Germans and hanging on to these 2 cities because we pulled out, we left one rear guard unit in Antwerp, so they couldn't come into Antwerp and attack us. So that's pretty much it for the Allies. They did have one infantry corps come in. Next turn, I think they have 2, and then they have one more on 8. But honestly, I think all they're going to be able to do is just reinforce these cities to keep them out of Germans' hands. The Germans, on the other hand, we had a crack here at because the French pulled back off of the Maginot Line, but you still have to get, when it's an empty Maginot Line, you still have to get 20 damage to break through. So we brought in a bomber and the units, and we had enough to get this fort here, but it's also, as I move it, I noticed after I moved the French out, I probably should have left them there, but I didn't see that or think about it at the time. It's a victory city, or victory town. So every 3 of these towns counts as a victory point. So that puts us up to 1, 2, 3. So that's 1 victory point. And then we captured Merzey's, I'm not sure which one this is here, Givet, and Hirson. So that is a 2nd victory point. So now we have 2 victory points, which is the, I don't have the victory page set up, but it's the minor victory if we can take Brussels and Ghent. So that's going to be for turn 8, 9, and 10 for the Germans. That's the concentration. And then we're going to try and expand our gap, maybe to get a greater victory. So going up through the casualty line, we came into the Maginot Line here because there was a French infantry there. We're making its way to Verdun. We brought in the siege artillery, which is important. I should have kept this siege artillery down here by the Maginot Line. Lesson learned. So we took out the one guy and advanced into there. Basically just destroys the Maginot Line so we can get through and maybe get at Verdun and try and get down here Metz. And I don't think we'll be able to take that, but we need to break out here and maybe get to some of these big towns. I have not looked at the 28th to 29th of May to see where the German forces were. I still need to do that. See if I can match history anyway. Honestly, though, I'm not, because my armor is farther north and it's facing off with the French armor. So that's absolutely not historical. The German armor came through here and swept up to the coast. But the infantry were able to make the breakthrough. Next battle up, we had a battle here. I think it was this stack here, and we were able to take out 2 infantry and an artillery. I'm not sure where this armored car was. I think it was in this zone. We were able to take it out. It was by itself doing some blocking. It might have been in, you know what, I think it was here where it actually was, and these guys attacked it, took it out. Next up, we had a battle here. There was 1 infantry blocking. We were able to take him out. I think it was this stack here. Up here, we had a Stuka join in the battle. We were able to take out an infantry and artillery. This guy survived. There was in this space here an armored car with the Stuka, the tanks, and the infantry artillery. We were able to take him out. We played a terror bombing card, which 2 bombers attacking equals a captured city if there are German units next to it. And we used it on Charleroi. I'm not sure how you say that. Charleroi, maybe. We did have units next to it, so what that means on the card is the Allied units must retreat, and if they can't, they're eliminated. Well, these 2 spaces were open, so they all retreated, and then the Germans moved in and captured that city. Not worth a victory point, and maybe I should have saved that card for Brussels or Ghent, because those are going to be the important ones now. We had another attack in the middle here with 2 on 1 hex with some armor. We were able to take out 2 infantry. These 2 survived. And then the next 3 attacks were all just rear guard action, 1 unit in each hex. They were wiped out and the Germans advanced in. But that did keep the Germans from moving all the way up to the front lines and attacking these guys who are on their way back to Ghent. So that is it in a nutshell. Let me get these French casualties out of here because it's going to be easier, and we know all the chips are basically infantry. I will straighten that up later, but this way it'll give you a look at, because there's also victory points versus German losses versus French and British losses. I did discover that these 2 do not contribute to that victory point, so that doesn't matter. However, if this infantry is eliminated, Belgium surrenders. So I had to withdraw him. I wish I had looked at that sooner, because I would have pulled some British or Belgian units back, possibly even back to here. They can't leave Belgium itself, but at least to get them out of harm's way, because you don't want to lose like that. So that is it for the German turn. I did do some blitz moves with the armored units that could. That's where we stand. Germany is at 2 victory points, but they still don't have a victory because they need these 2 cities. So that is what they'll be doing for 8, 9, and 10. And that is pretty much it. So thanks for watching. Probably tomorrow night we'll get to the Allies 7 and Germany 8. So that should do it. Thank you.